Hello, my wonderful spirit guides. I just wanted to hop on and talk because yesterday, I made a post about my mental state. And as you know, as a few of you might know, quite a lot of you might know, when you're like extremely depressed, your thoughts and stuff aren't very clear and can be a little bit all over the place. And I realised the post I posted might have been a little bit worrying to some, actually, and understandably so. What I wrote was very deep, and it was from the real depths of my heart. And I wrote it, posted it. I feel like I didn't even read it. I think I might have read it through once, but it didn't hit me the way it did when I read it again later on in the evening. And I read it to my partner, and he said it actually made him really sad too. And I guess I didn't realise the weight of it because it's a weight I've been feeling for a while now. I hope that makes sense. But number one, I really hope I didn't hurt anyone or upset anyone. I just do like to be very honest about these things, because when I say it makes me feel safer, it means I'll be forgiven if I make some mistakes a little bit. You know, I don't mean big bad mistakes. I just mean like if I'm slower at something, or maybe not myself, or I don't know. It's helpful that people know where I'm at, and therefore I don't feel so alone either. Maybe I can be reassured that like this is something that a lot of people go through, and I know that for sure, but sometimes you get lost in yourself when you've been isolating for so long and you think you're the only one that's feeling that way and can understand the depths of it, because we are all individual. So the way depression and anxiety and all those things can attack us is like it's like a personal, individual kind of way, you know. Your thoughts will be different to mine in those moments. However, we do all have lots of similarities too, because depression is what it is. That's just what it is, you know what I mean? So there's a lot of similarities in it with the symptoms. But I just want to say I didn't want to worry anyone. I don't know. It seems ridiculous to say that, because yes, I did consider. I have been considering ending it, and it's hard to say because it's not sad. I just feel extremely selfish and extremely guilty and ashamed. But it's also really hard to understand at times why anyone would care. Like, but that's ridiculous. It's ridiculous at the same time. This is what I mean. The mess of being in this kind of state, I can't be clear. And maybe when I'm out of it, I'll look back at this and be like, oh my God, that's madness. That's complete madness. But yeah, the thing that really, you know, kept me holding on was my daughter, rightly so, and all of you guys, of course. Of course, I know that I would be breaking many hearts, even if it's hard for me to believe. I have to believe that. But and I wouldn't be able to continue making the videos and whatever. But yeah, if you read my post, and you know, I'll put it up in the video, and you can pause to read. But I'll put it in at the end so you can read it. I'll timestamp it or something like that. But yeah, I just felt like I couldn't reply to every single comment, and yesterday I wasn't in a state to. Yesterday I tried to zone out of I wrote the post, and then I wanted to zone out. I wanted to push it away and focus on anything else. But in the evening I did have a good read through so many of the comments, and well, all of them pretty much. And I was almost surprised. Like, I was just shocked that like the amount of love and support and understanding. I was just surprised at it, because I don't know, the state I'm in, you don't feel a lot, but then you feel everything at the same time. So it's this video is difficult to make, even because I can't even describe it properly, I guess. But I just want to say all your comments and stuff meant a lot to me, and it made me realise how much of a beautiful community that we have here. And yeah, obviously I do want to be strong for you all. I'm not strong right now, and that's okay. I accept that. I'm very vulnerable, fragile, and a little bit, but I'm not going to pretend anymore. Like, I'm not going to fake it, like, in my personal life and so on. If I'm feeling down, I'm feeling down. And yeah, I am a little bit sick of the roller coaster, but maybe when I'm on the up, I won't be saying that. Maybe when I'm at that peak and I'm feeling great again, I'll be going, oh my gosh, no, this is great. I can go through bad things because, like, even if I get these moments, everything's wonderful. You know, maybe I'll be thinking completely different when I'm going through the highs of it all. But yeah, I'm just trying. I'm really trying. I don't even know how it hit me like this. It just did. I went through a lot last year, and yeah, I think I tried to heal too quickly, and it was great, and I healed. You know, I think what happened was, like, I healed just enough to get out of that zone, and then once my mind and body thought I was doing all right, it dropped me back down into depression. I guess my mind or my whatever thought I could handle it for the next belt of it, you know. So it was like, oh, now we're going to make you depressed again. Now that, you know, you've got through all that, here you go. Here's another little slice of depression. I don't know. It's interesting. It's weird. I've never really, like, I've had, like, symptomatic depression before, where I've been triggered, and as a symptom of all my other disorders, I feel depressed. But this is weird. This is like weeks and weeks and weeks of it, just like this broken feeling, and a lot of trauma too, that, like, I've been dreaming so much trauma and looking at things that I haven't looked at before. And maybe that's a good thing, because, like, maybe I got through a good bulk of trauma that now I'm looking at the trauma underneath that trauma, you know. Maybe I have healed with a lot of it, and now I'm looking at we're going further into the root, you know. So maybe it is a good thing, and I'm getting there or something. I don't know yet, but and I really did mean what I said by, when I'm doing videos, it does make me happy. The only thing that's hard is sometimes starting a video, because it's the whole getting ready, setting up and all of that. Like, it's like that bit, you know, when you've got no motivation. I mean, it's hard to even get in the shower, for God's sake. So my house has collective, like, just art. My house is basically a pigsty at the moment. My partner is very kindly being my assistant at the moment, and I'm paying him to do so, but he's really looking after everything and trying to make it all perfect. Obviously, it sounds funny I'm paying him to do it, but it's not a normal amount for one person to do, so... And he's going in deep with it, like, he's been cleaning the kitchen really nicely at the moment, and yeah, it'll go room by room and whatever, but... That's been really helpful. He would do it for free, but I suggested the payment thing because he needs the money and I need the help. So it kind of just worked out that way. But with the depression as well as work, oh my God, it's just so helpful. But because I can't do most things. Like, I can't. Like, it's just like, I'm like, oh, it's just hollow, and nothing really excites me like it used to. But yeah. I am looking into getting help for it, and I'll really try, because with my ADHD thing. So, like I said, I feel like I just know I have it. I've known for a while now. If you remember me saying it before, it's been a while since then. So, like, I just know I have it, and it really gets in my way as well, because I want to send off this form. Like, I've sent off a form before, but the one I did is going to take years and years. However, I'm going a new route, which might only take 6 months, but for some reason, I haven't even started it yet. I haven't even looked at it. I haven't even, maybe there's a fear behind it, or maybe it's just because I'm ADHD and I find it hard to start things and actually be organised and all these things. And I also have other stresses where, like, because I'm on money for mental health, but then I've got patrons, and I'm getting closer to earning too much to be on the benefit that I'm on. It's going to be a weird changeover period where I might have to go on to this thing called universal credit, and then they cut off like a portion each month or week or whatever it is, as your money gets, you know, as I earn more on Patreon. But I'm in a bit of a tie, because I'm like, it's just a bit scary. It's a bit scary to, like, be really shifting out of this, like, foundation, the safety I have of being, you know, paid because I have a few mental health disorders and chronic pain and so on, into them being like, oh, now I'm going to have to the only thing I'll be able to rely on is YouTube and Patreon and so on like that, but I won't even have enough money. You know, if I can go on a universal credit, it'll be okay, because it means like my rent will be paid still and all these different things, you know what I mean? But I'm a little bit scared for when, you know, all of that goes and I have to start paying my rent, I have to pay for lots of things, and I'm not making enough. You know, there is going to be a weird changeover period. That's a little bit scary. Of course I want that though. Of course I want to be in a place where I can pay for everything on my own, for the services I provide to the patrons and what they, you know, and they give me a financial help for the services I provide, sort of thing. Sorry, I got that all tangled, because I don't make a lot of money on YouTube, and that's okay. But you know, I do want to be able to make enough to support myself and my family, for sure. But so that's been playing on my mind too, and of course that could also be what ties into the dark depression side. Do you know what I mean? Like the depression I've been going through. I'm not entirely sure yet. Maybe I'll feel great relief when I get the letter back saying like, yeah, you're doing well, just let us know when things change, and you know. But I don't like doing things like that. I get so scared. I get scared to talk on the phone. I get scared of sending letters and things to do with money and all that. It really brings me down, and maybe I've been a bit stagnant and depressed because I'm anxious too. I'm scared to do anything because I'm like just waiting for the result of that. I hope that all made sense. But I'm in a weird position where I'm making not too much money yet. And when I say too much money, I really don't mean a lot of money. I just mean too much money for the benefit I'm on, if that makes sense. But yeah, wouldn't it be amazing if I could just do this and this be my real living? And like, yeah, that would be so good, but also terrifying at the same time. But what makes me feel like great is the fact that like my patrons have always been so kind, and like especially in this last like 6 months where I've been going through a lot and not being able to post as much and whatever, they're all just so like, oh no, we'll be happy when it comes, like when the video comes, don't worry, no pressure, take your time, love you. Like there's just the kindness, it's unreal. And of course like that's immensely amazing because I've always grown up very poor, so just to think that like someone loves my videos enough to pay me like a monthly fee, or maybe not even monthly, just like one time, and then they might leave and then they'll come back another time, or like new people come in, you know, for anyone to just pay me for doing a video like to their choice of album is just like a like it's like a miracle to me. But it also makes me feel filled with guilt because I'm like, if I don't get it done soon, I get really, really sad about that because I want to be doing my best. But the kindness they've shown me is just unreal, and it has made me feel a lot more calm. And taking the pressure off makes me actually better at what I do, and getting the video done in a good way, and you know, it doesn't cause such burnout. So yeah, I'm really happy about that. But yeah, and it would be cool if I could grow this and grow it until I have enough money just to, you know, I don't want anything like mansions or cars, and I don't want to be like that. It'd be nice just to be able to rent somewhere out of my own pocket and be able to, you know, live happily and comfortably in a sense of like not even middle class, just happy, you know, just enough so that you can go on a holiday once a year, you know. That would be nice. That would be nice. And like I'm lucky in the sense that like I've had great sums of money and absolutely no money in my life. I've really gone through all the motions of it. Yeah, I've always been sensible with it, and I'm actually just like really proud of myself for that. I don't know how I've done that, but I guess it's grown up poor. Like you could either splash it all because you've never had money before, or you live as if you're poor forever. And I think that's who I am. I almost live as if I'm always poor, even if I'm not poor. So like, yeah, but I'm glad about that actually. But yeah, so I do think like that's been playing on my mind a bit. I guess it was good to get that out for a minute there because it was hard. It's been hard and scary. Yeah. Anyway, I just didn't want to worry anyone. I'm staying here, even if I'm not happy about staying here at the moment, as in on this earth. I'm sure I will be happy in the future, and I don't want to do that to my beautiful daughter. Like, what the hell? And I don't want to do that to my partner or anyone in my family. Like, yeah, of course I don't. But when you're really dark in that mode, and I mean really dark in it, it's not a lot that can get you out of it at the time. Yeah, I just felt like, you know, for a while I've just felt like I've done a lot in my life. It's time for me to go. What more can there really be? Like, and you know, I felt like I've felt great joys in my life, that like, what more joy can I really feel? Like, what more can I even experience, really? And like, you know, is that joy worth the new pains that will like be present throughout my life? I don't know, but I guess I'm sticking around to find out. And if any of you are suffering, just know that someone you watch who does give you great joy, like as so many of you have said, and so on, is also suffering too. But it doesn't mean that in my videos I'm lying or anything like that. The videos give me joy as they give you joy. So just know that we are having a joyful moment together. We are really helping and saving each other. Sometimes in those moments where you're feeling a bit down and you put on one of my videos, just know that when I was recording that video, I was also saving myself and also making myself feel better and comforted too. It's a two-way street here. Well, I say two-way, but there's so many of you now. So, you know, it's a beautiful communion, and yeah, the joy is shared, okay? And I love you all so deeply, and I'm so proud of the community that I've actually built. Like, I feel like I'm gonna get emotional. I'm just very proud of the community I've built, because for a long time before doing YouTube and stuff, I wasn't sure on who I was. And that's a very common thing with trauma and BPD and all that. You're not sure if anyone really likes you or know who you are and the way you know yourself, and or how you, or you don't know yourself and you just, you know what I mean? It's a tangle of things. Sorry, I'm a bit all over the place in the video. But yeah, and then as soon as, like, you know, one subscriber subbed and two and three and four, and of course the list goes on, and people are saying to me like, your videos, like, and you start to get a essence of what your videos do for people. You know, you don't know what that's going to be at the start, but when people continuously say your videos comfort me, your videos make me happy, your videos bring me like basically like dopamine and like happiness, you know, that like kind of like, oh, like happy hormones and serotonin and stuff, like that was like incredible to hear, because it's like, wow, I really do make people happy. And that's a really, well, isn't that just what anyone wants to do? Just make people happy and feel safe and comfortable, like the very thing that I want to feel, safe and happy and comfortable and stuff like that. And, you know, held and understood and loved and stuff. I project that and make other people feel like that. And by you telling me I do that, I feel it backward. You know, I feel it like you give it to me too. So it's a real beautiful thing. And I don't know what I would do without this channel and Patreon and so on. I don't know what I'd do, because like, who would I be now at 28? You know, who would I be? What would I be doing? I feel like I was just destined for this. There isn't really like a world where I wouldn't have done this, if you know what I mean. I was always meant to do this, and it's become such a beautiful thing for me. Even though I can feel those darknesses, but to be able to share that with you is a saving grace. So yeah. Thank you so much for listening. I know this is long, as per usual. I just go on and on. I've got a lot to say. But I hope you're all having a lovely day / evening, wherever you are in the world. And I shall see you next time. And it'll probably be a lot more positive. But anyway, yeah. Bye.